What is up, everybody? NC.
JC Ed.
We have a spiritual talk live, and we're going to be talking about how the media wants your soul. So it's becoming ever more present as we come towards the end times that the media is doing their job and preparing us by throwing symbolism in our face 24/7. And especially once you become aware of what the symbols are, it is everywhere. Mm-hmm. It's on social media. It's on TV. It's everywhere you look. It's in music. No matter where you go, you're going to have this shit in your face. Because they want to induct the masses, and they know that the best way to do it is with predictive programming. And because they're Satanists, they personally believe that by telling you of their crimes ahead of time, that absolves them of any karmic retribution. That's what they believe.
Not true, but...
I personally feel that you put bad energy out there, you're going to get it back.
It's true.
But now more than ever, people are starting to point it out, which is a good thing. Like, especially, like, I don't know if you've seen this performer named Doja Cat.
Yeah.
Okay. So Doja Cat's videos are becoming increasingly more satanic in nature, to the point that she has, like, full-on demons dancing with her.
Whoa.
No, she's really getting into it. And people are saying, it's just art. It's so progressive. It's just art. No, what this is it's the laziest form of satanic ass-kissing out there. Because Doja Cat knows that she's a very untalented artist. And she's following the trail of many other shitty performers that have praised Satan.
Kesha?
Yeah, perfect example. Lady Gaga, there are a lot of female performers that are doing this, and even male performers too, like Juice WRLD.
Yeah.
He's another one that's doing this shit.
That fat guy, I'm talking about in the devil costume at that one music show.
Oh yeah, no, that's the thing too.
Sam Smith.
Sam Smith is doing a lot of fucking crazy shit, and they're just portraying it as
Rihanna.
Oh, you don't respect that? I mean, it's just him showing his love for the trans community. What's the matter with that?
Wearing a devil costume?
Right.
What?
Yeah.
The fuck?
Well, that's the thing too. It's such bad music too. Like, none of it's good. And they're trying to use the old school hook methods that a lot of classic groups did to, hook them into the lyrics. It's not working. It's not working because the product is so fucking bad.
Well, and what I love more than anything is, as an aside, the irony in all of this, the record companies that these assholes work for, these stupid cocksuckers, they're going to replace them with AI. I don't know if you've heard, like, there's AI mixes of, like, people, of, like, artists singing, like, different songs. Like, you could take, like, James Hetfield and have him sing Beatles songs.
Right.
And it sounds like it's actually happening.
Yeah, no, they've gotten really far with the AI to the point where, like, even with spoken word AI, they can have just about anybody say whatever they want. Or sing. It's a very incriminating thing right now that could possibly fuck over a lot of performers, like, maybe it is AI, maybe it isn't, but you're seeing a lot of this take over the industry, and it's not a good thing. We said a while back that the true Antichrist would be half soul, half AI, and that's how I feel. Mm-hmm. I think it's moving closer to that. Travis Scott, thank you, is the other name I was thinking of. So this asshole, he did a ritual at one of his concerts where he summoned a 5G wave throughout the crowd, and people started dropping like flies.
Whoa.
Yeah, and he was, like, incanting it on. People were getting trampled, and he's like, bring it on, with a big-ass smile on his face.
Yeah.
Fucking evil shit. So evil that the Council of Egypt flat out rejected him from going and performing at the Pyramid of Giza. Why? Because he's a satanic Masonist.
Good. They should be rejecting him.
I love it that they did this shit, and that they straight up told him, hey, fuck you, you're a Satanist.
And like, what's going to feel good about all this in the end is that these assholes are going to get replaced by AI.
Well, I know.
Like, they're just going to, what they're going to do is they're basically going to own their voice. Like, because AI songs are made with like samples, and you create like a model, like you train a model, like to where you can have it do different things, like different iterations of things. That they're going to own the sound of their voice and be able to make any song they want.
Oh yeah, no, trust me.
Song, anything.
It's going to cripple the industry in a lot of ways.
Uh-huh.
Wiggle was saying, remember when they said there's no way pop would ever resemble heavy metal? Now they have witchcraft, occultism, and depictions of ironic.
It's even more so.
Yeah. Well, and because they know that we're getting close to the end time, so they're accelerating the agendas on all fronts. That's why you see WEF ramping up the shit they are. That's why you see the media ramping up the shit they are. It is an acceleration as we get closer to 2030. That is when they want to have this satanic technocracy across the world. That's what they want. That's what they want, and they're not going to stop until they try to get it.
Nope. They're going to get it because they're going to get Satan's system put in.
Yeah, they're going to try. I mean, they're going to try to take over a lot of people. And they're doing it through music. They're doing it through TV. And, like, even with our, the halftime performance review that we did.
With Rihanna.
Esoteric Exposed, on Rihanna. Where we show you that literally every single Super Bowl halftime show, there's a symbol to get out of it. Try to guess what the symbol is. The biggest symbol that we got from last year was the blackouts.
Yeah.
With with Rihanna, it was the Antichrist.
Yep.
There's a lot to gain from these, and you just got to pay attention to them, because that's how a lot of these companies do, is they'll tell you ahead of time what they plan on doing. And you're seeing it more in media too, like even with Futurama. With their newer episodes, they're flat out talking about how 5G activates the RNA. They're talking about this,
and that's like Futurama. Like, I would just want to like go into like a little talk about that. Like,
yes.
they're really exposing shit in that Futurama. They're holding nothing back. Like, they're putting it out there.
Yeah, and a lot of it has to do with what Matt Groening. He's been a high-level Masus for a long time. He knows what he can and can't say. And they're in the age of disclosure, so they're putting everything fucking out there like they can. That's why South Park has been able to get away with the shit they say, is because Trey and Matt are very high-level Masons. And when you get to that level, you're able to say what you want as long as you do your part behind the scenes. Yep. That's what it's all about. And now more than ever, it used to be to the point where I will say that the occult Illuminati used to very much be a white boys only club. They've extended it to everybody, because right now they're trying to get to that apex where they can get as many souls under the control as possible. And the more souls they get under the control, the more they can influence the population. That's the whole model game about this. And it's the reason why you've seen more of these acts become infused in pop culture. Look at Triple Extension.
Yep.
I mean, his first song, he was like talking about hanging some kid, and had a depiction of it. And then he goes and gets killed off. I mean, it's just more than ever they're trying to like get you ready for this fucked up degenerate culture where people will do whatever the fuck they want. Where people will praise whatever the hell they want. I'll never forget Eminem's video. He put out like 6 or 7 years ago. He said, "Not Christian, pagan." So basically, like, hey, New World Order, leave me alone. I'm not a Christian. Well, nah, you're not much better as a pagan.
No.
But a lot of these stars too, they're now more open. You see them on social media showing off their witchcraft books. Mm-hmm. You see them. God, what is it? That one shitty singer. God, I forget her name. But anyway, she was talking about witchcraft and how she was reading a certain book and showing it off on her social media. And a lot more stars are doing this too. They're starting to become more liberal because we're moving into the new age. And as part of this new age, you're supposed to accept these fake religions, this idol worship. And that's where they're moving into by having these top-level celebrities promote these books and promote the occult and witchcraft. And why do you think Harry Potter is such a big part? Why do you think Disney is such a big part of a lot of females' lives? It's because they use magic to take these people under the occult. And especially with a lot of women, there's some of the most easily brainwashed people out there. And they'll fall for this because they want romance. They want something wholesome, quote-unquote wholesome. And they won't see the satanic undertones.
Yeah, what was that, like, Hitler quote? It was like, first you got the women, then you got the children, now follow the men.
Exactly.
Because, like, that was basically him saying, it's like, yeah, women are easy to control.
Right.
It's easy to get them to fear, to get them in a fear state and then control them.
Right. Well, that's why what they've even been doing with a lot of these old school franchises that a lot of boomers and a lot of right wingers had some fond memories of, nostalgia, is they're bringing them back and just destroying them like they did with Ninja Turtles and Seth Rogen and what he did to that. And even with Ghostbusters and the all-female cast. What they're doing is they're bringing back the shit, even with Cinderella. Taking Cinderella and making a black gay fairy godmother. They're doing such extreme weird shit to the point where you're like, why is it necessary to bring back a franchise that was already good and you ruin it even further with your agendas? Why is that necessary? Yep. And that's the whole thing too, is that it's modern day Sodom and Gomorrah is what we're seeing. We're seeing it more and more. And especially with how Satanism is intertwined with the transgender agenda, how it's intertwined with LGBTQ. And there's a lot of people that are a part of the gay and lesbian movement that don't want trans to be a part of that. Right. That don't want pedophilia to be lumped in, even though that's a big thing that they're trying to push at the World Economic Forum, is pedophilia as part of the LGBTQ branch, as being pushed as part of acceptance. And it's eventually going to get to the point where it becomes to the point where they're going to start lowering ages all around the country, all around the world, to get everybody into that area where, oh, it's okay to have sex with a 15-year-old. It's legal. It's okay. And you're going to see more of this promoted. This is part of what the media culture is doing by all of this pedophilia normalization. Look at Cuties on Netflix. Yep. And look how long it stayed up on Netflix.
Seriously.
And look at the fact that there's so many of these popular streamers, influential streamers, mind you, getting caught doing weird pedo shit. Whether it's like Sneeko,
yeah,
you know, or even this Big Vito guy. There's a couple of them that are out there that are getting caught up in weird pedophilia, like past. I wouldn't be surprised if like Charlie Critical was doing some shit. Mm-hmm. You know, it's like all of them have these really weird backgrounds. The more you learn about it, especially the kid streamers, mind you. So no matter where you go to get your media, and no matter what age you are, they're finding a way to poison your mind and to get you to think about degeneracy and not about salvation and not about how you can better yourself and save your soul and really do something for this world that matters. Nowadays, it's all about service to yourself and not about service to others, which is taking it away. Why? Because do what thou will. That is what they want promoted. They want the Luciferian agenda to be imposed upon everybody. They want them to become a Luciferian whether they know it or not. And that's what they're trying to promote actively in this society is do what's good for you. Please yourself. Be worried about making yourself happy. Fuck everybody else. That's why they've really embroiled this communist manifesto in our current world, mostly because now Obama's third term in office as fucking puppet Biden is doing his thing. Mm. But because of this communist technocracy that we're moving towards, this is imposed by Obama because he wants to destroy the family unit. Yeah. He wants to make it to the point where there is nothing but division, hatred for others. That's where the white versus black war really ramped the fuck up. Instead of us being all happy that now we got a black president, even though we had fucking 7 other different black presidents before that. But this is the one that matters, mind you.
Damn it, Bill Clinton mattered.
You know,
he was one of our black presidents.
But that's the thing, though, is that we already had a black president. But no, we're supposed to fucking rant and rave about this awesome guy Obama and how much he did for our country. No, what he has done for our country more than ever is bring in the Luciferian agenda and mainstreamed it and normalized it. He has effectively destroyed comedy. That man has gone out of his way to destroy entertainment, destroy comedy, make it as sanitized and uncreative and fake and goofy and childlike as possible, to the point that it's even extended over to pro wrestling, where pro wrestling is no more than a late night kid show. There's not a single show for adults. No. Not a single fucking modern show. Not even NXT 2.0. There's not a single fucking show for adults. And that is how it is becoming with mostly sports now. Look at NFL. Look how fucking weak and pussified it's become. Mm-hmm. And all of this happened under Obama/Biden's administration. Yep. All of this.
And we're in a special time period. We're in a time period where we're seeing more than ever, more than any other generation, we're the ones seeing all of this come to light.
Yeah.
We're in the great revealing.
Yes, we are.
It's talked about in the book of Revelations, where everything is going to be revealed.
Well, look at what's happened with Obama.
Yep.
There's rumors of Michael, whatever you want to call it,
Michael and I,
going over to Spain and being by himself or itself, whatever you want to say.
Michael and I, we went to the Bahamas and we sucked each other's dicks. I tell you.
Well, you got to wonder what happened with Obama and his cook.
Huh?
What happened there?
I'll tell you what happened. I sucked his dick off. That's what happened.
Why did Michelle leave after that? You maybe think possibly Barry was doing something funny. Who knows? Who knows? But then you also have to consider the fact too that Obama has now been outed as gay on Tucker Carlson's X show, which is one of the most viewed shows on Twitter right now.
Cool.
I mean, here we had one of Obama's former boyfriends coming out and mentioning that he was butt fucking Barry back in 1999. This is the same shit that Joan Rivers went missing for.
Oh, he just had, and it'll come out in about like 2 weeks from now. Oh, he just so happened to have a car accident.
Or a heart attack.
A heart attack.
Yeah. Yeah, you know what's up. And I mean, if anything, it's the public age of disclosure. And the real thing that I'm waiting for disclosure on is Obama as the shadow president.
Yeah.
That's what needs to be disclosed more than ever, because you're seeing Obama's policies all over the world. His evil Luciferian communist dictatorship is destroying the planet, and nobody knows he's still doing it.
No.
It's my opinion. I think he's still fucking up this planet beyond recognition.
He's working through proxy through Biden.
Yeah. Because look at, I mean, for all the shit that Trump gets, at least he tried to get on good terms with all the countries that we made enemies with.
Yeah, it didn't work, but he tried.
He tried, and you got to give him brownie points for that. He's the best out of the worst at this point, I got to say.
Yeah.
But even with Trump, even if he gets elected, you're going to see the Antichrist in full effect.
No, because he's a part of it too. Like
he is, and trust me, I'm going to be dropping a video on this channel that's going to show you how deep his Masonic ties run.
I am the little horn. Look, NBC made me who I am. It's like if you followed his career, you followed his business. He was on the verge of like falling apart, like bankruptcies out the ass, becoming completely irrelevant.
Bankrupt twice.
I think more than that, but in the late 90s, becoming irrelevant. As soon as The Apprentice happened, he revived his career.
Yep.
Everything was set in motion.
Well, and isn't it funny how Mike Tyson had a career revival after his daughter died?
Yep.
Very strange situation. Very strange.
Until you get paid the price.
But with Donald Trump, he's going to play part of the plan. I mean, right now they're making him out to be this pariah, this black sheep, making him out to be this villain that is being vindicated, is finally being looked upon as a hero.
Well, and what he's also doing too is he's getting Christians to turn against the teachings of Christ.
Oh, and trust me, I'm so glad you brought that up, JC, because that is another thing that they're doing right now, is they're having Christians do idol worship towards Donald Trump.
Yeah.
And it doesn't help that you have media plants like this North of Richmond guy, this Oliver Anthony guy, come in right out of fucking nowhere and blow up big with a song about how bad the government is.
Yeah.
Why do you think they're allowing this to happen? Do you think that somebody would just get big? I mean, look at Rage Against the Machine. One of the most controlled narratives out there. Alex Jones disclosing that we're going to be doing lockdowns in October through TSA. I mean, they're allowed to say this shit because they're told to say this shit. Mm-hmm. Because they're trying to get us ready. That's what the Georgia Guidestones was for at one time, to try to get us ready for the new awakening, for the new age, the new world order. They're pushing towards it, and they're trying to get you desensitized to the media. And like JC said, they're trying to get a lot of Christians to believe that Donald Trump is going to be the savior that we all needed. Mm-hmm. He's going to save everything. He's going to bring in Nasara, and it's going to change everything. And we're going to have a new Federal Reserve and a gold-backed dollar. And he's going to get good trade relations with everybody. And he's going to ban income tax.
Sure.
And it's going to be like the fucking 1,000 years of Jesus Christ. You know, that's what he's trying to make it out to be. He's trying to make himself out to be Jesus Christ. This is the second coming of Christ. That's what he's trying to be. This is blasphemy. Donald Trump and his whole campaign to get another term is blasphemy.
What does it do to Christianity as well? The whole MAGA movement. Ruins it.
Well, not like that, but especially if you know what the fuck MAGA is. Like we've said many a times. MAGA is the 5 tiers of Satanism.
Yep.
The last tier, the 5th tier, is MAGA. That's what you're known as. And isn't it convenient he took the last tier, the king tier of Satanism, and made it into something that everybody can say. Made it a catchphrase. Even with the red and white, colors of Satan.
Well, what's even funny is that how many letters are there in Trump's name?
Yeah.
5. Yes.
Yep. No, it is. He has been predicted as the Antichrist for quite some time. This has been set in motion for quite some time. This has been in predictive programming since the 60s. Maybe even longer than that. Maybe the 40s if I think back. But he's been put out there as the guy who's going to be the Antichrist, as the guy who's going to be the New World Order head. Yeah. He's going to be that guy. I mean, if they allow you to have power, it's for a reason. Controlled opposition. And that's what they're getting so many people to believe. There's so many popular right-winger accounts that are saying, oh, Trump is going to be just what we need. He's going to save the world. He's going to save the planet. So many people fall under this narrative, and they fall hook, line, and sinker to it. He is nothing more than a media puppet that wants your soul. He wants you to turn over to Satanism, just like all of those other fucking media puppets. Every single one of them loves children. Okay? Look at the Epstein flight log.
Yep.
That tells you right there. Oh, but that's made up. No, it's real.
Well, Jeffrey Epstein was arrested for it.
That's what I'm saying.
It's like, we've seen pictures of the fucking island.
Not only that, but Ghislaine Maxwell was brought in for questioning.
Yeah, what was that, like, that weird Egyptian-looking, like, white and blue striped room?
Oh, you mean the same set of Ellen's show?
Yeah.
These fuckers are throwing it right in your face at every fucking corner what they do. When they're on Ellen talking about pizza parties, know what they're talking about. Know that there's code now that's been broken open by the FBI. I mean, think about the hot dog and pizza party. There's code being used here. They're letting you know what they do in plain sight. It's just a lot of people are too under the radar to even see it. They're too trapped in their own little worlds. That's what they want. Be trapped in your own little world, in your own little cell phone. Don't pay attention to anything else going on outside you. Because why? Ignorance is bliss. So that has been our spiritual talk on why the media wants your soul. Don't let them have it. NC.
JC and.
Peace out.